The commemorative coins that we will be collecting in 2027 have now been reviewed by the Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee. Let's start with the big one, because if you're a collector with any kind of a heart, or perhaps a fan of John Wick, then this program is going to resonate with you. The 2027 Working Dogs Commemorative Coin Program is a 3-coin set: $5 gold, silver dollar, and Clad half dollar. Surcharges go to America's vet dogs, who train and place service dogs with veterans and first responders completely free of charge. That's a cause even the most skeptical collector can get behind. America's vet dogs spent 4 years pushing this bill through Congress, and another year working directly with the Mint on the designs. They started with 57 design concepts, whittled them down to 28, and those got formally reviewed by both the CFA and CCAC. The design themes are cleverly segmented by denomination to cover the full spectrum of working dogs. The gold $5 is dedicated to therapy dogs. The $1 is representing the guide dogs, and the Clad half dollar goes to military and police canines. Smart marketing, honestly. They're deliberately targeting different collector demographics with each coin. Here is where things get interesting and where the CCAC process reveals itself in all of its back and forth glory. America's vet dogs wanted obverse number 6, a therapy dog holding a set of keys as the handler reaches over, paired with reverse number 4A, a child and their therapy dog sharing a tender moment, with a heart symbol between the two. The CCAC liked the reverse design but voted to kill the heart unanimously. Multiple members called it superfluous, with one even suggesting that they, and I quote, turn it into a biscuit and give it to the dog as a treat. They also voted to replace the somewhat cartoonish lettering on the $5 and therapy dogs for the inscription with something more befitting a United States commemorative coin. For the obverse, the CCAC broke from the vet dogs recommendation and went with obverse number 2 instead, a simpler left-facing therapy dog portrait. A concern about obverse number 6 was fascinating. Several members, including the outgoing chair Peter Van Elfen, pointed out that the small gold coin, those keys that the dog is holding, could easily look like drool. The Commission of Fine Arts, for their part, independently landed on a similar mix, also preferring obverse number 2, but made the rather creative flip to obverse 6 as the reverse for their recommendation, while also removing the keys and adjusting the inscription. A bit of outside-the-box thinking there. But, of course, what the Secretary of the Treasury will actually choose remains to be seen. But the CCAC recommendation that carries forward is obverse number 2 paired with reverse 4A, with the heart and the font revised. The final design selections will, of course, be made by the Secretary of the Treasury after considering recommendations from the reviewing bodies. Now, refreshingly, almost everyone agreed on the silver dollar reverse, design number 1, depicting a Labrador retriever with a veteran in a wheelchair. The CFA stated that the design successfully narrates the story of a service dog helping a veteran, and suggested replacing the word service with vet on the dog's vest. For the obverse, the vet dogs and CCAC went with obverse number 1, a golden retriever dog pausing at a crosswalk curb to alert its visually impaired handler. The detail of the dog looking back at its handler while still pointing towards the hazard was singled out as a particularly moving aspect. The CFA went typically in a different direction. They really liked mixing and matching across design portfolios here, as they chose the gold coins design for Obverse 1 instead, the jugged portrait of 2 therapy dogs. But for the collector, the CCAC and Vet Dog's consensus design is your likely silver dollar. A golden retriever guide dog on the obverse, veteran with a service dog on the reverse. The Clad Half Dollar generated the most disagreement, which does make sense, as military and police canines are a distinct visual vocabulary, and there were some very strong contenders to begin with. Vet Dogs preferred obverse number 5, depicting a service member with his canine, and reverse number 5, a canine officer with a police dog. The CCAC landed on design number 2A for the obverse, a German Shepherd in a bulletproof canine vest and goggles, standing atop rubble, and agreed with the CFA that reverse 3 would be the best design, depicting a German short-haired pointer in the classic alerted or pointing stance, sniffing out a duffel bag at an airport. The CFA wanted the chairs removed from the background and the "Do Not Pet" text removed as well. Some CCAC members disagreed with this, with Vet Dog's representative noting that "Do Not Pet" is standard and authentic on working dog vests. The airport scene, reverse, is going to instantly be recognizable to anyone who's ever flown. A coin that really tells the working dog story. The meeting also covered the Billie Jean King Congressional Gold Medal. Billie Jean herself was on the call, and it was genuinely delightful. She'll be the first individual woman athlete to receive a Congressional Gold Medal. The CCAC unanimously approved the single obverse and reverse design pair, which captures her at her peak of her career. Mid-approach shot with her famous phrase, "Pressure is a privilege," inscribed on the obverse. John Saunders called it one of the best, if not the single best obverse design I've ever seen for anything since I've been in this committee. The 2027 Paralympic Half Dollar was a more straightforward call. Design number 1 was the clear favorite. It depicts a move that's actually unique to wheelchair basketball. The athlete traps the ball against the wheel, rolls forward, then scoops it up. Art Bernstein moved to recommend that one of particular modification be made to swap out the standard NBA-style ball for the Molten, which is apparently the official ball used in Paralympic play. The motion passed unanimously. The 2027 youth sports quarters were last on the agenda, and by that point the committee had been at it for hours, but they dug in anyway, working through a genuinely massive portfolio covering 5 sports altogether: baseball, golf, soccer, softball, and snowboarding. A few themes emerged very quickly as members worked through their preference. First, the designs needed to actually show you, not ambiguous figures that could potentially be adults. Second, the athletes needed to be in motion. Third, and this one came up repeatedly throughout the process, that the design should celebrate what makes each sport feel like that sport. Snowboarding sparked some of the most liveliest debate. It was also noted that the committee already produced a snowboarding coin for the 2022 Vermont American Innovation Dollar, so they already had something to live up to. The final pick, which was design candidate number 3, shows a snowboarder pulling an indie grab over a mountain scene with pine trees. Clean, dynamic, recognizably the sport. Golf was the only tie that inspired a roll call vote. Design candidate number 7 edged out over design candidate number 2 6 votes to 5. The winning design features a young golfer mid-swing against a golf ball patterned background. The losing design, a kid standing on a gigantic golf ball evoking the curvature of the earth, was genuinely creative and had its defenders for its own part. But enough members felt it looked more like the reverse of an Eisenhower dollar than a youth sports quarter coin. Soccer was perhaps the clearest winner of the bunch. Design candidate number 7, showing the silhouette of a girl kicking a soccer ball with the figure rendered in cues against the larger ball. Peter Van Allen called the in-cues treatment absolutely brilliant and predicted that it would really pop as a quarter. Softball gave us design 4A, a powerful batter with a catcher squatting behind home plate, but not without some procedural drama first. The design had a plate positioning problem. As it was pointed out, the batter and the plate were misaligned in a way that would require her to be a left-handed batter with her back towards the viewer. The committee recommended that the plate either be corrected or removed entirely, and the motion passed with those revisions noted. Baseball was relatively smooth sailing. Design candidate 1, the CFA's preferred design, showing a youth batter stepping into the plate in front of a chain link fence with a catcher waiting behind. It was praised for its Norman Rockwell-ish feel. One motion, though, was to fix the catcher's mask, which was sitting in a unnatural position, which was unanimously approved as well. So, what do you make of these upcoming designs? Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch another video about upcoming US coins right here next. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.